All right, here's a question. You made homemade cranberries for your holiday meal, and you have quite a few leftovers. Well, what do you end up doing with those? Well, for us, the answer is pretty simple. We do just a handful of things with them. One, we have them like on plain yogurt in the morning for breakfast. It's actually really good. Sometimes I like to have it with a little bit of cake, or we like to make like our Thanksgiving bowls or Christmas bowls where you take the leftovers and you know what I'm talking about. But one other thing I like to do is make whiskey sours. And it's a tradition that I've been doing now for the last few years, and there's a reason why. When I was younger, I used to go visit my grandparents in Baltimore, and my grandfather always made whiskey sours for Thanksgiving. And I mean, he made really good whiskey sours. I don't know if it's nostalgia talking or whatever, but I mean, I always really enjoyed his whiskey sours. I don't know what he did. He may have used a pre-made mix. He may have made it himself. All I know is he would disappear down in the basement, would come back up, and would always have like these really beautiful whiskey sours. So today, I'm gonna make my own. So what you'll need for this, obviously we'll need to fresh squeeze some lemon. You're gonna need your cranberry syrup. Now these are from a red Zinfandel cranberry recipe we got. I think my wife had it, she's had it forever. And I believe they came from either Bon Appetit or Epicurious. We tried looking for it the other day, and it's behind like a pay firewall or whatever. But I think there's a recipe that's available on food.com, and we'll link to that in the description. So we're gonna need that. You're gonna need some simple syrup to kind of round this out. And you're gonna need your bourbon of choice. Now today we're gonna use Basil Hayden, which I think really makes a fine whiskey sour. I did a cork test earlier, and I'll make sure to include that here. We're gonna do a cork test, and oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. So let's go ahead and get started assembling the drink. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to squeeze some lemon. Now, this is kind of something you need to understand. When you fresh squeeze lemon, or any citrus, you get that oils from the orange, from the peel. Orange, lemon, lime, doesn't matter. You get that in the juice, and it's a lot brighter and a lot nicer. You might even see some of it kind of come up on the video while I'm doing it. Let's see if we can get a good plume. Let's see, to squeeze the other side real quick. Okay, so we got our fresh squeezed lemon. I'm gonna set this aside over here out of the way. And get these out of the way as well. So these over here on this. Okay, to our shaker tin, we're gonna go ahead and add, we're gonna follow the basic template, which is 3/4 ounce of your lemon juice, 3/4 ounce of syrup, and then 2 ounces of bourbon. But we're gonna split the syrup part, and I'll get to that in a minute. So I said 3/4 ounce, so we're gonna add 3/4 ounce here. Just get this up here so we're out on the table. And then we're only gonna add about a 1/4 ounce of our cranberry syrup to this. And this has a lot going on. There's allspice, cinnamon, clove, and orange in it. It's very good. And then there's some brown sugar, regular sugar, and obviously the red Zinfandel, which you cook down and make a really nice syrup. And then you add your fresh cranberries to it, and they pop, and it makes just a wonderful, wonderful cranberry sauce. Now we're gonna top off the remaining part with a 1/2 ounce of your regular simple syrup. I find this works really well. It's not overly sweet, it plays well with the lemon. And then we're gonna add our 2 ounces of bourbon. Okay. Now there is our drink. Now what I need to do is go and get my ice and my coop, it's in chilled coop I should say, in the freezer, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have the necessary ice and my chilled glassware, so we're gonna go ahead and add our ice to our small tin here. And add this to our grand tin and shake. Go ahead and separate our tins here. And this is gonna have a really nice red color from the cranberries. We're gonna go ahead and double strain into our coop, make sure we don't get any of those excess ice shards. I think for this glass I need to add just a little bit more to get a better wash line, but that's neither here nor there. That's a later problem. Okay. I'm gonna set these out of the way. All right, and there's our drink. Let's have a sip. Oh, that is wonderful. That was absolutely, absolutely wonderful. You don't get too much of the spice from the cranberry sauce, but it's there. It's adding a nice support element. I mean, I could redo this and try maybe switching it where I do a ½ ounce of the cranberry syrup and then a ¼ ounce of the simple syrup. I could even do another version where I do a full ¾ ounce and see which one is better. Maybe that's something I could do for a different time to compare all three. But for today, I think we're just gonna stick with this format. Actually, this has got me thinking. I think we might do another drink and we'll do because I've got the bourbon out, what if we did a old fashioned with the syrup as well? I think we might try that. Let me get everything cleaned up. We'll get reset and I'll get the necessary stuff and we'll meet you back here in a minute. So just a moment ago, we did end up making a whiskey sour, and I gotta tell you, that was quite delicious. We're gonna try now the old-fashioned idea to see how it works here. So I've got my rock here that's already ready to go. It's already tempered, everything's set. We'll add some flamed orange peel to this, and we'll add a wedge. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a bar spoon of our cranberry syrup here, 2 ounces of bourbon. We'll add our flamed orange peel and a little bit of a small wedge. We'll stir it and we'll see how it turns out. So the first thing we're gonna do is add just a bar spoon of this. Now, normally you would add like some Angostura bitters and everything to this, but there's enough going on in this syrup. I don't think it needs to be done. I've got it behind me if I need to add some. We'll see how it goes without. We're gonna go ahead now and add 2 ounces of bourbon. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add our rock. Let's see, how's that edge? Let's clean that edge up a little bit. Sometimes these edges get a little rough and it makes for like bad photos and a bad thumbnail. So let's just kind of clean it up a little bit. That's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. And we'll go ahead and add our rock to our glass. Really need to get some ice tongs. Okay, go ahead and get in here and give it a quick stir. Take the water off real quick. Okay. All right, now let's get our bar spoon out of the way over here. Move this. We're gonna cut a nice little round off of here. Get our matches. All right. And flame or peel a little bit. And then that should be good. Oh yeah, you can definitely smell that orange peel right now. It smells pretty good. Come in here and cut a small wedge off of here. And add this to our drink. All right. Kind of a mess, but we'll go with it. That's pretty good. I really don't think it needs any Angostura in that. You get enough going from the cranberry syrup that I think it would be just too much. There's enough spice going on. Yeah, it's pretty good. So if you get a chance to try that, give it a whirl, and post and let me know how it comes out. All right, so I think that's gonna wrap up for this one. We'll come up with something for the next one. But between now and then, you guys have a good, safe holiday, because New Year's is coming up, and we'll catch you in the next one.